This is the 35 metre sprint test performed by Jack and Connor. This test measures speed over the distance of 35 metres.
The equipment needed to do this test is cones, a measuring tape and a stopwatch. First you need to measure out 35 metres using the measuring tape, which is the distance, and measure them out with cones so you know where you're running from and to. You set out cones at 35 metres so participants know where to run. You need a stopwatch to measure how long the participant took to run the 35 metres. And you need a person to shout ready, set, go so the participant knows when to run. You need to make sure you're in the position, one knee on the floor, one knee facing up.
Ready, set, go. The test is easy to set up and measure because little equipment is needed to perform the test. It can give a good indication of how fast the participant is because it's repeated 3 times, giving a good average. You don't need a specific technique to perform this test because everyone runs it with their own technique. You don't have to master anything.
There are disadvantages in the test, which includes the weather like today. It can affect the result because the wind, if it's blowing against the runner, it can slow down the speed, affecting the validity of the test. The surface isn't a running surface and it's quite slippy, meaning also it slows down the runner, affecting the result. And the distances are long enough, so there isn't enough distance to build up speed, therefore it doesn't run at this speed as it should do.
The test can't be reliable sometimes because it's got to be repeated 3 times. So after the first time, the participant could have ran out of energy and so won't perform to the highest level. And also it depends on who the person using the stopwatch is, if they're experienced in it or not.
The test isn't as valid as it should be because the distance isn't long enough to measure speed.
Thank you.